Hello, welcome to Local Edition. I'm Leslie Layton. The city of Stanton looking to the future with a focus on community and economic development. The mayor of Stanton here now, Brian Donahue, to talk about some of the changes we can expect coming up in the city of Stanton. Some of them you can see as you drive along Beach Boulevard and in the matter of a park there.
Yeah, the Beach Boulevard has been a challenge to us for a long time. There's businesses come and go, and we want to keep it steady so that people, over 70,000 cars drive up and down Beach Boulevard through Stanton every day. It's been reported. So we're now trying to develop some of the properties that have been vacant, and we have progress. And so I'd like to talk a little bit about the progress. If you think of Stanton starting at Garden Grove Boulevard on the south side, there's going to be a Starbucks coffee shop in there on the corner of Beach and Beach and Garden Grove. And then next to that, across the street, is a big development that finally is into escrow. So that's going to be a combination of stores, shops, maybe a big box grocery store, develop that. And then as you go north, you get to Lamson Avenue, and there's a CVS pharmacy on the corner. Right next to it been a lot that's been vacant, I don't know how long, ever since I can remember. Now, finally, a medical office building is going to go in there. And then a little bit north of that, we have an interesting place. It's on the corner of Catherine and Beach. It's going to be a 5-story building. The bottom story is going to be a health clinic, a restaurant, and some shops. And the upper stories are going to be for assisted living, which is good for those folks. And then north of that on Orangewood is the Stanton Plaza. We finally got closure on that. And so that's going to go into escrow and start being built. And then way north above Cerritos Avenue, one of our car lots is doing so well that they're doubling their size. So they're putting in another car lot right next to where they are now. So
it's a true economic artery running through your city. It offers a lot of resources for the people and a lot of revenue for the city.
Right, it does. We want people to stop if they need gas, need something to eat, need to shop at a unique shop or some sort, so they can help us out.
It sounds like making Stanton a better place to live with these resources and potential opportunity.
Very definitely.
You know, a better place to live too in terms of the park. The park opened at the beginning of the summer, and it offers really something for everyone.
This park has amazed everyone. It opened June 25th, and we put out 100 chairs. We thought, that's how many people would come to the opening of the park, the ceremony. The chairs were filled, and probably 3 times that many people were surrounding the ceremonies. And we said, where are these people coming from? So from the 25th of June to the end of June, almost 9,000 people visited the park. And then in the next couple of months, it's well over 20,000 a month. And they're there because the park has so many unique features. The entrance to the park is off of Western Avenue. And it's on the south side of the park. And as you go in the entrance, the first thing that you see on your left is a skate park for skateboarders. And it's a state-of-the-art park. It's concrete, it's got ramps, it's got jumps, it's got banisters, it's got everything in there. And then over to the right, we have a couple of half-court basketball courts, and we also have tennis courts. And as you move through the park, you go to the north side, and there's picnic shelters. And those picnic shelters are reserved all the way through, I think, the middle of October now. We have a band playing area. We've had concerts in the park. We've had 500 people at a concert, and they're sitting out in the lawn, and the band is up on a sort of a high-rise area. So all that's happening, and then you have a walkway around the entire park, where if you want to walk and do exercises, there's exercise equipment as you can go around there. And then on the far end of the park, which is very interesting, when we asked the citizens what was they want in the park, some of the kids said, can we have butterflies? So we did some research, and we put plants in, and the butterflies are now there. So that's a neat, unique thing. And we have 3 soccer fields, a softball field, and then we have a splash pad for the youngsters. A lot of stuff going on there, and it's been a very, very successful park.
It sounds like it offers a little bit for everyone, and for everyone at different parts of their
Yeah,
lives,
yeah.
from when you're a youngster to when you would rather just sit back and watch a concert and have a picnic with a family, but for the family in general. You know, a lot of these resources depend on an increased 1% sales tax that was passed last year. This year, there's a challenge to it to repeal that sales tax, and challenging a lot of the resources that you have been able to gain, the police, fire protection, that this money has been going for the past year.
Right, yeah, and that would, unfortunately, this is a big challenge for us, is the repeal measures on the ballot. And we were able to, when the 1 cent sales tax was passed by the citizens of Stanton, so they wanted it, we were able to bring back some police services. We got a park ranger. We have a lot of crossing guards, school crossing guards we had to cut. Now they're back. So all of these kinds of things that we added, if this thing goes down, we're going to have to eliminate them to begin with, but then we're back in this $1.8 million deficit spending every year, and we're going to have to cut even further.
Because Stanton was near the red to begin with when the tax was increased.
We were upside down every year, taking money from our savings account, and pretty soon we'd be broke. Now, interesting enough, La Palma, Westminster, and Fountain Valley are putting that same thing on the ballot this November because they see that's the only way they can get out of their deficit spending.
What is at the root of the money problems? Is the increased sales tax going to solve that issue?
It looks like it's going to solve the issue. You think about 1 cent, it's not a lot of money. Let's say a family, and the groceries aren't taxed or anything. So a family spends $400 or $500 a month on extra stuff. They go out to dinner, they get gas, they go to Home Depot or something. That's only $5. So it's not really hurting their pocket, but you multiply that $5 by all the people that are driving through Stanton and helping us by purchasing items. Then it starts to get up and it starts to be really impressive.
One point people bring up is it's not just the burden of people living in Stanton, it's people who travel through Stanton.
Right, it's a shared thing. Everybody's helping us.
But is this something that will solve the financial issues, or is it something that will continue to be reviewed? And because sometimes the deficits, they grow.
Yeah, they do. It depends on the economic development. And what I showed you on Beach Boulevard. We get those places going, then we have income. And the more people who come through and stop and shop are going to help us out. Also, the economy is changing. It's getting better. And people are in better shape now. And so that's going to happen. I envision this 1 cent sales tax to go away eventually. I don't know when, but if we no longer need it, we'll certainly get rid of it. But right now, we need it to survive, and we need it to keep our services, especially the safety, fire, and all that stuff for our citizens.
What if it doesn't pass?
If it doesn't pass,
I mean, you talk about cutting some of these new additions, but what if it doesn't pass?
Well, if it does, we're going to have to reverse course, and then we will probably lose 1 firefighter per shift. That's 3. We could lose up to 8 deputy sheriffs. Our economic development program goes away. The crossing guards go away, but that just gets us even. We're still now in a deficit spending after that. So it's a very tough situation.
And we'll find out.
Yeah, we will.
In November.
We'll find out. We're pretty confident that we're going to be in good shape.
Brian Donahue, Mayor of Stanton, thank you for visiting us.
Hey, thank you so much for having me again. Appreciate that.